Ooh, that's a very long question. The future of cinematography is we have to preserve that it's in the hands of the cinematographer. The cinematographer has to stay being a very important actor in the industry. And that's up to us. And maybe that's why places like Camera March is very important, because we have very little opportunities to gather and to be together. We are actually rarely meet another cinematographer because we work alone on movies.
I mean, hopefully it's a strong future. There's a lot of people interested in it, a lot of people learning the craft, arguably too many for the jobs that are out there. There's also an enormous demand for television and for filmed content. It seems to be almost insatiable appetite for it.
I mean, it's good that I don't know. I hope someone can surprise me. I think surprises would be great.
Obviously, we're influenced by technology, new technology every day. The technology gets more sophisticated, more complicated, but I think it's creating all kinds of possibilities.
Yeah, there's going to be some interesting challenges ahead. I think virtual reality is going to... Somebody will finally figure out how to use virtual reality in a narrative form. I haven't seen it yet. At the moment, it's great for documentary. It's amazing to immerse yourself in some other part of the world in 360-degree choice. I think it's going to be a tough one for cinematographers, because one of the great things that we do is create a specific viewpoint. It's what part of our job skill. Things like interactive theatre, like Sleep No More, which is a retelling of Macbeth. But you basically wander around this hotel and you find different actors doing different scenes in different places, and it's kind of interactive. But you are guided.
Hopefully people are starting to take more attention to the look instead of how many Ks you're shooting in,
People can shoot at very high quality in the future, which is great. I do find it interesting that when I talk to young cinematographers, that they're not just going for this super liberated freedom of no more lights and handheld, but they actually are looking back at more traditional cinematography technique. They actually want to lay track, they want to have composed shots, they want to light. They are inspired by the more classic cinematography approach, and so I think it's great that I think that tradition will not disappear, and that people will want to tell stories that way.
I think painting with light and cameras, everybody should do that a little bit more, and less attention to how many 100Ks you want, to 4K or 6K or whatever. Of course that's important, but I think it would be great if people are putting more attention into the lighting.
And I think every movie has a different task at hand, and I think as cinematographers we've got to look at the task at hand of how to execute what is good for the story. Is it blue, green, desaturated, black and white, color? I mean, all those are just decisions we can kind of make. So hopefully it's storytelling and kind of how we serve that,
But the future of cinematography is in the hands of the cinematographer, protecting and defending the interests of the cinematographer. That's why I refuse to go by brands. That's why I refuse so I will never say that this camera did the job. And they may want to say that. They may want to believe that that we're just plumbers pressing buttons and moving the camera. But no, we're not. We are true artists. We're storytellers, and we're an essential part of the film process. So nobody's going to take that away from us.